Well, certainly Mark Carney's appointment as the new Governor of the Bank of England has left a lot of people with egg on their face, including me, because we'd all assumed that Paul Tucker would be getting the job. But obviously that's not the case, and Mark Carney has arrived to everyone's surprise. Why is that? Well, there are several reasons. Number one, Carney is a very, very able central banker, and he's proved that in Canada. He's also proved himself in recent years on what you might call the international financial stability policy-making circuit, where he's become one of the most renowned and respected thinkers in terms of central banking and financial stability. So he certainly appears to have got the brains for the job. He's also a very good communicator, and that's crucial in this because what this appointment is also very political. And George Osborne, in making the announcement to Parliament today, has really made a huge break with the past. No more banking as usual, which we know about, but also no more regulation as usual. And Osborne has made a huge statement about the future of not just the Bank of England, but also the British financial system and the British economy more broadly, because of course the new Bank of England governor is going to have huge powers over monetary policy, as they do already, but also the speed with which the economy is allowed to grow and the amount of credit in the financial system. So this is a huge break with the past. Carney is going to be the most powerful governor of the Bank of England in the history of the bank. But he's also going to have more powers as a result than pretty much any other central banker anywhere in the world. But as I say, this is all about the future. And I think on the whole, people in the city will probably welcome that. Bankers on the whole will probably welcome that. Obviously, British banks have a pretty tarnished reputation, and really the only way that they can start to rebuild that reputation is from the bottom up, and that means a change in regulation. If Britain can stand up and say, we've fundamentally changed our regulator, that makes it a lot easier to say to the world, we've fundamentally changed our banks too. Carney coming into the job is going to face two massive challenges. One is in terms of running the new Bank of England, which is going to be expanded hugely. It will have thousands more staff, and it's a in pure management terms, it's going to be an enormous challenge for him and for anybody who was going to do that job. This is a bank that's going to take on new regulatory powers, take on new regulatory staff, and as a regulatory behemoth, it's going to take a huge amount of talent to actually run that efficiently, and of course stop the credit bubble and the another financial crisis repeating itself. So that's one challenge that will be enough for most people. But of course there is the other challenge, which is the bank's other main responsibility, which is monetary policy, which is all about setting interest rates and of course money printing or quantitative easing. So he's going to be responsible for getting that right as well. And so far, the Bank of England's record in that area hasn't been too brilliant necessarily. So he's going to have to improve on that. And that's going to be a very, very difficult act to follow.